What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Knowledge Knowledge. Today, we'll be taking a look at the moon in Taurus and what it's like to have the moon in Taurus in your astrological natal chart. So, let's get into it. What is the moon? The moon represents our mother. It is our emotional balance, how we nurture others and like to be nurtured in return. It corresponds to our early home life, our cultural roots, so on and so forth. Taurus is a sign of values. It corresponds to the senses. It is Venus ruled. And it really is about experiencing life through the things that we have present within this earthly realm. And the use of the senses and resources and all of that good jazz. So the first thing you need to know is that the moon is considered exalted within the sign of Taurus. And exaltation is another way of saying that the moon is extremely comfortable in this sign. And because it's the moon, is like, it's his diva house or it's diva sign. The moon can really show out. All right. Now, with all exaltations, I strongly encourage you, astrological students, to, rather than hear my opinion on why the moon is exalted, think about it. Think, why is the moon so comfortable within this particular sign? What about the moon's tendencies really meshes well with what Taurus is about? And I'm just going to give you a little bit. All right. So the first thing with this moon exaltation, that whenever I see someone with a moon in Taurus, I know that they have the potential for great concentration and focus. Okay. And that overall gives way to consistency, and Taurus's value consistency. So the moon is considered our satellite. It's our subconscious mind. All right. And based on what you know about the subconscious mind, you know how it works. And the subconscious mind takes orders. It wants to be programmed. It does well with routine and structure. Okay. And then you have Taurus, which is very much so about consistency. It's a fixed earth sign. So what can I do on an everyday basis that is practical and that feeds my moon? There's no specific answer. That's going to be different for everybody. But when you look at the basics are, they pertain, think about your morning routine. You get up, you brush your teeth, you eat some food, okay, you shower, you appease your senses, you get yourself practically ready to go conquer the world. All right. So, like I said, Taurus moons have great powers of concentration. Now, let's say this moon happens to be, heavily impacted, squaring Neptune, or in in the sixth house. It's not that the person can't concentrate. It's just going to be a lot more chaos going on for them to get to that point. So the moon is amplified with these harsh aspects, okay, which privies you to needing to focus that energy. So let's say your moon is square Neptune and you are a daydreamer. Well, you actually have the ability to imagine very well and manifest, but you need to focus it. You know what I'm saying? Leads me to my next point about Taurus moons. You want to buy into the material world, but you don't want to get lost in it. So, like, I would tell a Taurus moon to be very goal-minded. You want a house? Set a goal that you're going to buy a house. You need a new wardrobe, because to some extent you're here to experience life, through that accord, and the sustenance that comes from the moon in Taurus. Okay. So the universe will give these individuals the things that they need. Right. But how the planet is aspect and where it's at is going to show the struggle or the ease to acquire those things. So you can have materially minded individuals who are Taurus moons, but aren't necessarily materialistic. These are, what it is? These are lovers of life. And I was thinking what I was going to title this video, but there's a term called a divan. A divan is a a lover of the earth. And that is Taurus, the moon in Taurus in a nutshell. I'm here, I'm taking it in. So that leads me to my next point about these guys. It is a Venus ruled sign, and Venus is creativity, right? And Taurus is, think of Taurus energy as the garden of creativity. Oh, I need some corn, I need some carrots. Whatever you need creatively to create is within Taurus. Like I said, the senses, man, right? Because you have senses, you can perceive what? Color, smell, all that. So with these individuals, this ability, the senses can be enhanced, as well as one's just aesthetic touch, their eye, their feel. These people can be a lot more connected to the earth and the things around them than others. So with this being the moon, home life is going to be very, very important, and the values that the individual takes, not only from the parents, specifically mom, but the environment. Okay, so I'm going to give it to you twofold. Taurus moon. If you're a Taurus moon, you should really evaluate your relationship with your immediate environment growing up. Where are you from? And ask yourself, why was I born here? And how does this environment affect my mood? It's a huge part of who you are. Okay. Then and let's just say you're someone who disagrees with the environment and you just feel like it doesn't necessarily support you. That's giving you an indicator about yourself and then what you need to do to further evolve. Okay. But nonetheless, you are truly a product of there. So like, let's say you're a Taurus moon who lives in Utah and all the mountains and the scenery that could really tie into the experience that you want. But then again, there may be a Taurus moon who's like, yo, this is too small. I want to aim bigger, right? So really take into account your relationship with the environment. Then we want to look at the relationship with mom and what did one gain from mom. So this is one where, like I said, the moon is exalted. So more times than not, the person has a fairly solid relationship with the parent. It may not always be emotionally fulfilling, but at least there always will be some type of material nourishment or wealth there. Okay, so this could be people whose parents spoil them, or even into their adult years are still financially able. You'll find out a lot of times when like the moon is in contact with like a Jupiter or something like that. Okay. But nonetheless, you want to evaluate the relationship with mom. What did you learn from mom? And I could tell you this, a huge part of both parents or whatever you're around, the work ethic, it has a huge effect upon you. And I'll say this too with Taurus moons. Moon is exalted here with exaltations and harmonious aspects. The energy is supported so you can get what you want, but you also, there's pitfalls here. So a great example for Taurus is having such a great connection towards the senses, right? So really enjoying food. Well, that can lead to overeating or overindulging, being too attached to particular things. So another example would be coming from a family where everything is pretty much taken care of. You don't really have to do anything, right? That's a comfort that comes with the moon in Taurus, but at the same time, that can make you lazy. That can make you content. And this is a huge thing with the moon in Taurus. Fighting contentment. Because on one accord, you need a bit of contentment to be humble and enjoy the experience, but you can stay within a comfort zone and not go out of that. So my big wisdom or advice to the moon in Taurus is be open to new experiences. One thing that I've been privileged to see is that Tauruses do well with Geminis. It doesn't have to specifically be Gemini suns. It could be Venus in Geminis, moon in Geminis, but They need that curious energy that's willing, or mutable energy that's willing to try things, okay? So you gotta be open to new experiences, because it's an earth sign, you run the risk of not actually actualizing, okay? Not having enough fire, or you, in this case, Aries, confidence to go after it. And then I will also say you got to be willing to let go. With Moon in Taurus, there'll always be a relationship that's gonna, and the crazy thing, it may not even be like a toxic one. It just may be like one that isn't progressive, and you could be stagnant, okay? So there's a lot here with this position, okay? Really study it, all the planets and their exalted signs. Take some time and really think why this here, and I guarantee you're gonna be able to grasp so much more. All right, so y'all, this is my interpretation of the Moon in Taurus. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have this position, feel free to chime in, let me know what you think. If you need a reading, feel free to hit the description link, send me an email, we'll set something up. Till next time, peace.